Hello everyone, this is Tsai. Welcome to Let's Talk, and today is a special edition of Let's Talk on Thursday. It's a continuation of Giving Back Tuesday, because in the time of where we are right now, it is so important we give back every day. So we're focusing this week, putting spotlight on people who are in the food industry, and business owners and restaurant owners continue to be giving back to the community at a time of need. And today my guest is my dear friend I know for many years. We have worked together in the entertainment industry, and both of us love cooking and food, and eventually she found herself the journey to where she is today. And she is none other than executive chef and co-founder of Electric Avenue, Karen Knowles. Hello, Karen.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm very, very well, and I am so happy to be able to share some time with you today. And we don't get to see each other much because how busy we are, and because of this situation that we're all in, is making us connect with each other a little bit more on FaceTime, on Instagram Live. So I actually treasure these moments that we get to talk together.
I do too. I agree completely. Yep, it's a gift.
Well, let's get talking.
Yes.
Share with us a bit about what Electric Avenue means.
Well, I'll say first, we are a fine dining pop-up restaurant for photography and film shoots. And we've been doing this, gosh, over 10 years, which I can't believe. It's gone by in a flash, my gosh. And it's incredible. It's such a gift. It's a great way to make a living, and it's a wonderful thing to do every day. What Electric Avenue is to me is a way to nurture and nourish people with delicious food. You know, food is medicine, and it makes us strong, and it keeps us healthy, and it's a beautiful experience to share with other people. And I was thinking about it, and I think it's my love letter to people.
Oh, I love hearing that. And for those of you guys out there joining us, that in the photo shoot, in any kind of film shoots, one of the most essential needs that we need to have is nourishing our body. And we always have different ways these food get delivered, whether they get dropped off, whether they're catering service on set or their craft services. Well, Karen felt a need about 10 years ago when I began my journey as a photographer. So it's more than 10 years ago. We're going to say 10 years. Just for
10 years.
Just because. And it's very interesting. Our life has this parallel journey together. We always seem to be working together in this way, that's supporting each other from close or from afar. When I began to do photography, there was a desperate need on my end to have a team of people providing amazing food to nourish the team that I work with. I come from a science background, and I thought and felt that just having regular catering on set, it wasn't what we needed. We needed more. And lo and behold, here comes my great friend Karen, who comes up with this amazing concept that you do show up. And when Electric Avenue show up, the executive chefs shows up, and they put together the most amazing meals. I say meals because it's from the morning to noon, to noon to evening, and sometimes we go till the middle of the night. So it's not just one meal, multiple meals throughout the entire day. And I remember, Karen, that in the very beginning, a lot of people weren't receptive because they didn't understand the concept of nurturing from the core. This was something that you worked really, really hard to educate the community. Let's share that with us. Share that process with us.
Well, I think it was interesting for me in life when I lead with my heart and I lead with my passion and what I believe in, I seem to find success. When I depart from that and lead with something else, for example, if I think, oh, I just want to make a lot of money, it never works. But the universe like conks me on the head and says, remember what life is about, Karen. And it's really about love and nurturing and caring for others. And so I have this business with my beautiful husband, Austin, and we're in it together. I know, my baby. And we are both the chefs, and we do the business together. And we thought, we really need to stick to what we believe in. And if you build something and the people come, then wonderful. And if they don't, that's okay. It just means it's not maybe the time, or there's not a need for it, and then you can pivot, and that's fine. We don't fear that. We actually embrace that. And so
there was a desperate need for it, for sure.
Well, we got really lucky, because suddenly, before we were even ready, by the way, the business took off and got like totally crazy and wonderful. And we've been doing it ever since until a month ago.
Wow, it's interesting. This process is so important for people who want to start pop-up restaurants out there, who want to start a catering business or
Yes.
food service of any
Yes.
sort. And the fact that what you just said is so relevant and important, that start with passion and cook what you
Yes.
know. And now we know Austin very well. Austin's from Belize, so he brings this incredible flavor of the home cooking, and with your refinement in the taste level of what you bring to the entertainment industry, that two combined together created something so magical and unique. And I know that when you come on set, when I have an A-list celebrity working with me, they don't talk about my photo shoot any longer. They don't talk about my photos. They talk about the experience. And I think it's really important for people to know that eating is an experience. And that's something that I feel truly that Electric Avenue have educated our industry. Yes, there's nothing wrong having food dropped off. There's nothing wrong with box lunches. There are days that we enjoy those. But then the days that you enjoy a pop-up restaurant experience, you enjoy a process of getting the food to you on proper plating and introduce the food to you as you at a restaurant. It's such a special place to be, because on a photo shoot, we are working, and the people on set, photo shoots could be rigorous and time consuming, and not just photo shoot, video shoots and production. And both of us came from behind the scene for many, many years. So we knew that there's a desperate need for nurturing and love, especially during the time we were on set. And boy, and do you deliver every plate with beauty and class. And that's something that we can see. It's such an evidence on your Instagram as well. So thank you for sharing those photos and your experiences with us.
Thank you. It's really an honor to do this. And it's an honor to be able to do this for a living. We're incredibly grateful for it, and we love every single day of it. We're really lucky.
And we know feeding people, taking care of people, it makes us so happy and joyful. And that's something that you and I talked about many times. Even the days that I no longer can get on your calendar for my photo shoots. but the fact that it is the joy, it is the love for food that continue, and a love of giving. And I know that about you, and I know that about Austin. I know about the reason that you got into the food business. Now, with this pandemic is happening around globally, how did that affect you in the very beginning, and how has it affected you now?
Yeah, it's so interesting. This has been such a fascinating journey. In the beginning, of course, everything was paused suddenly, right? Just paused. And so we thought, okay, we hear you, universe. What are we going to do? The first thing that we did, literally, we had an entire week of shoots, obviously, that were canceled. And so we spoke with our clients, and everybody completely agreed, we need to get the food to people who need it right now. And so we worked really closely with Food Cycle LA, who's this amazing nonprofit organization working tirelessly. They're incredible. What they do is they take excess food from restaurants, from chefs, from grocery stores, and they come and get it from you, and then they distribute it to those who are in need. And it's absolutely the most unbelievable, sorry, people are texting me. It's just this unbelievable organization, and they always work hard, but right now they're working especially hard. And so we made sure that all the food got to the right people and the right places, and that felt really, really good. And so that was step one. Then step two was Austin and I made a very conscious decision to take a step back for a moment and to recharge and to rebalance and to rest our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our souls, to replenish ourselves. It was literally over 10 years in the making. And so
it's incredible, because I think that we forget that in our business is we're running sprints every single day. And
I know.
And I share that same idea and notion with you, that when this pandemic happened, it was not a blessing, but it was a moment of reflection and a moment to take a tiny bit of a time out. And I know how you are as a friend, and how you and Austin are in terms of giving. And over the years, you've been giving, and all of a sudden you had to take time and look at what do you need. And I think that's okay for you guys out there that you're watching and listening, that it's okay to take time to take care of yourself, because when the pandemic happened, the first thing I had to do is take care of myself. Then I was able to take care of my family. Then after
Absolutely.
taking care of my family, I was
Yes.
then be able to come here and share my thoughts and idea and try to bring some joy and try to bring some laughter and putting spotlight on people on the show. And that gave
That's
me a
right.
purpose. And I think that's what it is, that we're all looking for a purpose.
Yes.
Everybody's looking for some way to share. And I want to echo this as something you said about the food, what is it? Food Bank LA? What is it called? What was
Oh,
the
Food Cycle LA.
Food Cycle LA? So
Yep.
Food Cycle LA, I want to put a spotlight on them because in the industry that where we work, everybody have always have leftover food on set. We are
Right.
very wasteful industry. I'll be the first to admit it. From garments to food to accessories to we're overindulgence all the time. And through this time, I think we're learning about that. And through this time,
Completely.
we know this is not okay, and we need to find a way to be more resourceful,
That's
more
right.
responsible. And
That's right.
Electric Avenue has always been that. And for the fact
Yes.
that now we're all learning from it, and it just echoes so strongly that you were ahead of the curve, you were ahead of the game. But
Yes.
one thing that in our industry that we lack to know is how to help people, because we're very self-driven, self-serving industry.
Yes.
And I'm first to admit that as well. It's my picture, my beautiful images, my model, everything's mine. And what happened is that we don't know how to help other people when there's need to help
Right.
them. And
Right.
this is very evident when the pandemic happened. I have so many friends and influencers and celebrity friends that you and I both share. Look at each other going, well, I do have the means to help. I have money. I have resources, but how do I get it out there?
That's right.
Through what you're doing, and for those of you guys out there, through food banks, through donations, through little that you can do, everything helps. And I just want people to know that. And
Absolutely.
and we really are connected. All of us are connected in 6 degrees of separation.
Yes.
And that's not just in our physicality, it's truly about our spirit and mind. And this is such an amazing reminder of that. And I just want to share that because that is your philosophy of the company.
Always.
It's what you have always been about.
Yep. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah, I think that's really important. And also I have to mention that we are a 0% waste company. So in other words, we try really hard to each day be as close to 0% waste as possible. And we do a really good job at it. And I think it's really important.
Well, one of the main reasons that this is a waste-free company and philosophy, because every grain of rice gets eaten on your set.
I know.
People line up.
Compost is out. There's like nothing in the compost.
There's
And we're like,
never-
hey, we've done our job.
People line up with. I remember that we worked on Coca-Cola, we worked on Apple, and I remember that these giant corporate companies says, "Wow, this is an experience," and we would work for 10 days straight. By the third day, people are bringing like to-go boxes because you don't provide the plastic because that's wasteful. So they're coming in with Tupperware, and I mean, this is
like,
funny
is
to
there
talk
anything
about.
we can have? And like half the time we don't have anything because it's all gone. But
I mean, it really is. And people were like, "We're the leftovers," because we're so used to leftovers from other productions.
I know.
And because of that, we got smart. When we book you, when we book Electric Avenue, we have 20 people on set. We said there's 30. And that's the joy and the love that we see when your food bring to people. So now in this pandemic, you don't get to share the normal way that you have been in the past. What do you do to adjust and pivot?
Yeah, that's such an interesting question. And it's so cool the way that the universe works. And during this time, the gifts that we're being given, if you listen, and we are totally, totally listening, Austin and I. And so after we took a moment and we slept and we rested and we meditated and we worked out every day and we spent time together just as a sweet married couple, right? And not a married couple with this rigorous business. It was so lovely. And then we both started missing for people and we thought, okay, what are we going to do? Because we've got to get back in the game because our hearts are really missing it. And we also at the same time, and you know this, for a couple years now, we have wanted to be able to provide food to our community as well as to people on photo shoots. And we've just not taken the time to do it because we've been on this very rigorous photo shoot schedule. So the universe says like, okay, here's the gift of time, guys. What are you going to do with it? So we are now providing our food at an affordable cost once a week for curbside pickup here in Venice. And it has been, I get chills. Like it's incredible. It's incredible. We thought that we would start this food line and it would be in grocery stores, and we'd be selling online, and it would be this whole big, huge launch. And we were very precious about planning it. And suddenly, here we are, and the need is there, and we've got to get the food out to our community. And so we took away all pretense, and we're like, we've just got to get delicious, healthy, balanced, healing food out to the community. And we're doing it. And it is the most unbelievable experience I've ever had.
And I want to echo that. I love the fact that you said community, because we are so isolated in our entertainment industry, the community
Yes.
that we have in that world,
The
that we're
bubble.
sharing food with Reese Witherspoons, we're sharing food with Ashley Grahams, and they're posting it and sharing it with other people, but those people
Which we love, by the way, which
we
love.
love,
Yes.
but so many that we know desperately would love to experience what they're experiencing. And through this time that you have expanded that industry work to community, I'm so proud to hear that, because I know how beautiful the experience that you can have with you, but at the very end of the day is the nutritional value and the education about good, healthy food. And reason you did this, and I know it's not from a pretentious place. It is for pure understanding of nutrition and pure understanding what you need to get through a day of photo shoot that's 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. And you plan your menu that way with me. I remember that. Like how many people on set, and how many boys, how many people are lifting, how much protein do I need to have, how much carb. But
that's right.
That takes your business, your philosophy of operation to a completely different level. It's about awareness and consciousness of other people's needs and soul. And I think collectively in our world now, I think we're all now part of one community, and that's the most beautiful thing, that this pandemic had brought a lot of us together as one community. We're all starting at the same starting block again. And classism is not there anymore. There's no necessity for it. Living the best life, showing people what you have is not necessary. Showing your heart and showing the effort that what you can do for others. Truly, I'm saying this because I'm learning every single day. And I'm here on this talk every single day by hearing what you're doing, inspiring me to continue to do what I can do. And with that, I want to thank you on this note that the initiative for Let's Talk, for every guest that comes on the show, we're donating 500 masks to first responders. And for those of you who wish to support and help, please go to lifeletstalk.com, and we'll have all the information there. Every dollar and every cent go directly to purchasing PPEs and get directly drop shipped to the hospitals.
Incredible that you're doing this. Amazing.
Well, it's people like you that continue to inspire me. Michael Costello's of the fashion industry, who's making masks and donating everything he's doing.
I know.
It is the reason we all of us are struggling. All of us try to put on a smiley face, especially on these talk shows, that I have to put on the positive energy. But what I get out of it, it's the reflection of the energy coming back to me that allowed me to continue to do this. And so I thank you for your service to our community, and I thank you for everything that you're doing. And truly, it's such a pleasure to know, and for those of you guys who have never tasted their food, it is absolutely a privilege for all of us now part of your community and be able to taste the food you make. So what now? What's next? What is the new evolution of Electric Avenue? What's the learning from all this?
The learning is to keep going day by day. And by the way, this is forever now. Us being able to feed the community is forever. That's not just now. This is forever. And it is, and as is being on set, it all is, because it all literally overflows my heart. And so this is forever. This is the gift. This is the lesson. And it's to keep going and to keep balance within myself all the while. That I have also learned as well. I used to say this thing all the time: just push through, just push through. I'm not pushing through anymore. I'm in the here and I'm in the now, and I am enjoying this exact moment in life. And I will not any longer just simply push through. Never
be present, isn't it?
Be present. Be
to
present.
be present, because God knows we
Yes.
ask the question, what's next, more than we ask what's now.
Yeah.
And
It's
what's
now.
now and what's
It's now.
present is so ever important.
Yes.
And you know, one thing I do want to say is that what I found interviewing so many different people in the food industry, and it puts a smile on my face talking about this, is that in the food industry is very competitive field because the service industry and you're booking people. Chefs are known to be very, very competitive with one another. But through this time, I got to tell you, the collectiveness of the energy of everybody giving
Yeah.
and everybody finding ways to give. Just simple fact that Jamie Oliver would make sure that he still puts up recipes every single day on his Instagram from his phone
Yeah.
with his little phone, and his son gets involved.
Yeah.
It's so amazing to me because that approachability, that accessibility, and not taking away that joy that I find every day, it's amazing. And knowing that I have access to podcasts that inspires me,
Yeah.
knowing that all these artists, and I call them artists because chefs are artists, are
Yes.
now not just locked up in the back of the kitchen and making
Yeah.
food and collecting dollars and cents and tips and whatnot in the service industry. We're now serving in such a different way. And collectively,
Yeah.
I'm very proud about food industry. I
Yeah.
really, really am, you know?
It's interesting. I have to say, so we've always worked this way, right? It's funny because our staff, they call a lot of other chefs that they've worked for in the past, they refer to them as yelly chefs. And when they start to work for us, they're like, "Oh, you're not a yelly chef." And it's like, no, we don't believe in that. Actually, we don't believe in that way of being, and we believe in loving people. That includes first and foremost ourselves and the people around us who are so beautiful and work so hard for us. And it includes our clients. It includes really everybody in the world. And so the idea that now it's a bit more of an even playing field, and that other people are coming to this philosophy and behaving this way, and taking a step back, and we're all a bit more humble and a bit more calm and peaceful and thoughtful, I think makes it a really beautiful time. And I hope that we never, ever lose that, because I think it's really a beautiful time that we're in right now.
I agree. And then one thing that you were saying that this notion popped into my head, you know, I always make this analogy that I don't understand why people fear somebody who does the same as them. Because if you look into the Asian
No
community,
way.
if you
Embrace
look into,
it.
yes, when you look into the Asian community, or there's a dumpling shop on one street, I guarantee you there's 10 more just right down next door in the door, because collectively that you service the different lives for other people. And it's just, you know, for the first time, and truly for the first time, we've been misinformed too. Like, we love watching Hell's Kitchen, right? We think that's what a kitchen's supposed to be. You're supposed to scream and
Can I
yell.
tell you, I don't. I'm like, that's ridiculous behavior. But
Well,
I know people love it. But
can I tell you, that is such an amazing lesson for me, because I've been known as a yelly photographer, but
you've been a yelly photographer,
but not in a mean way.
not
I just have a lot of energy.
Yeah, and not
I
anymore.
just, even when I'm happy, I'm yelling. So it's equal playing field. Like, I love it. I hate it. It's the same. So it's never in the way of demeritating someone, right? But
never. No, never.
But through this time, I honestly have learned that the gestures, what food industry have taught me, and being able to have actually produced a cooking show, a travel show called Street to Kitchen Asia. I have learned one thing.
Can you say it again?
Street to Kitchen Asia.
That's right, everybody. It's amazing. Watch it.
What I really love about that experience is that originally it was just a travel show. I go experience the food and share with people, telling people how delicious it is, and people like watch it, they think they can taste it. And the show evolved, and after we started filming, I realized, wait a minute, guys, I need to cook for them. And so every episode, I invite the guests have eaten their food. I invite them in a surprise, and I take
so beautiful.
what I've learned and make a dish that's invented by me or inspired by them, and I give it back to them, because at the end of the day, that's what's most important. Because I then find giving is more important than taking, and be kind is more important than screaming. You know, and
that's right.
This is what an amazing time to reflect, and what an amazing time to give. And I am so proud and so grateful that you are a friend in my life, and you are giving to the community, and I say community, not industry, because before we were all giving to our industry, but now selfishly that you're sharing what you do and what you love with everybody around us. And I am so grateful that you've taken that path. Thank you so much.
I'm so grateful to be able to do it. I'm so absolutely grateful to be able to do it. It's been a life-changing time, and in a very, it might sound strange to say, but I'm really, really grateful for the time that we've had and for what has evolved over the past few months. I think there are beautiful things to be taken, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm also grateful for you and to have you in my life. It's really, truly a huge blessing.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. You're not allowed to go anywhere. You're stuck with me forever.
Forever. Well, thank you guys again for joining us on Let's Talk. And this is the executive chef and founder of Electric Avenue. Follow them on Instagram and look up their work, because if you can't taste their food, you can try to make their food. And they have lots of recipes.
Now you can taste our food.
Yes, and now you can taste the food. And they also share lots of amazing recipes, easy recipes online. And please look at that, because we know delicious food, healthy food, give us the energy to move on. And all we want to do is to have that energy to be kind and keep talking, because that's all we can do. And all this should be over. It will be over. There will be a light at the end of this tunnel. And I already see it. And thank you. Thank you for a constant reminder how important to nourish yourself and how important to share. And most importantly, we all learn one thing, that's pivoting and contributing and support each other. Thank you, Karen. And I will see you soon.
Much.
That was Karen Knowles, Electric Avenue executive chef and co-founder. What an amazing time to be able to spend with her. You guys make sure you do follow her on Instagram and get to know how to get her food, because the food's not available for everyone in the community. I am so proud of her.